what is going on. We've got Mirko Cro Cop, one of my all-time favorite MMA fighters. I would say second generation MMA. That's kind of how I break it down. Like you got the first generation, and then you got the second generation. I kind of consider Fedor, Cro Cop, Wanderlei Silva, guys like that. Probably, one of my all-time favorite second generation MMA fighters of all time. And I'm a big fan. But he's returning to the UFC to fight Gabriel Gonzaga. If you don't know, the first time they fought, Gonzaga kicked him in the head and knocked him out. One of the most brutal knockouts in MMA history, really. I mean, just the way he did it. And Cro Cop didn't do so well after that. He really didn't. But what's strange is he had left the UFC. He was losing. He was getting knocked out. He just didn't look right. I don't know. I don't know. It's like he just couldn't get it going, and he wasn't throwing kicks anymore. I don't know if he was afraid he was going to get wrestled to death or what, but he was losing. I mean, he just wouldn't throw the kicks. He'd throw them, but it's not that the guys couldn't see it, could see the kicks coming. He just wasn't throwing kicks, man. And he was in there, and guys were just knocking him out. I mean, that's one thing about kicking. You've got your distance. You're not going to be getting punched in the head. You're kicking, But, I think it was more mental for Cro Cop than anything. I mean, he had a long career and everything, but I think it was more mental. He was maybe so used to winning, and I don't know, man. When you get knocked out like that, I'm sure that affects you. I mean, how could it not, But anyway, what's weird is he leaves the UFC, or they tell him to go on or whatever. And he goes and fights in K1. Now, granted, K1 really isn't maybe what it used to be, but he wins the whole thing, and he's been fighting. He's been kickboxing. I think he's had some mixed martial arts fights too. Maybe just against some Japanese fighters or something. But he's been fighting, and he's looked good. I actually watched some of his fights in K1. And he looked vibrant. He looked energetic. He looked like he was into being there. Whereas in the UFC, I don't know. Maybe it was a strange point in his life. Everybody goes through stages in their life. I know when Fedor started losing, I think his dad was ill, or his dad had just died. There was some strange things going on, and that's a very emotional time. And it can affect your performance at work, and this guy's work. But anyway, there's going to be Cro Cop's returning to the UFC. He's going to fight Gabriel Gonzaga again. I mean, I'm excited to see Cro Cop fight. I've said this before, I hate rematches. I just don't like rematches. But I hope it's an exciting fight. I really do. I don't know why, gotta do the Gabriel Gonzaga versus Cro Cop thing. To me, that's almost like, if Cro Cop beats Gonzaga, it doesn't change the fact that he got that brutal knockout, that he received that brutal knockout. It's just a fight, I guess, but I'd rather see Cro Cop fight, I don't know, anybody else. But hey, they're doing it as a headlining card, which I don't know, but I do think it should be a good fight, and Cro Cop has looked pretty good. So we'll see what's going on. But I hope we see some head kicks and some excitement. What I want to see, what we want to see as fans, and I could pretty much speak for everybody, is we want to see Gabriel Gonzaga come out and throw a huge head kick. We want to see Cro Cop come out and start throwing a head kick. Maybe they'll both throw head kicks at the same time, or a low kick. Who knows? But I hope we see a good fight. And I think we are. I'm not even going to pick who's going to win, because it's just like, some of these fights, it's just a little. We just kind of came up with this fight out of nowhere. I mean, Crow Cop hasn't looked good. You know, I don't know, but he hasn't been fighting in UFC. So I mean, what's going to happen in this fight? I have no idea. I have no idea. But obviously, I want Crow Cop to win. But you know, it'd be cool if he wins, and then we get to see Crow Cop fight again. And it would be really neat if we could see Crow Cop kind of string a few wins in the UFC and then maybe retire. That would be cool. I mean, we kind of saw that with Wanderlei Silva. He looked real good in his last few fights and retired that way. And that was pretty cool because for a while, I mean, Wanderlei, we were just like, oh my gosh. But you know, so sometimes it's nice to see. I mean, look at Alistair Overeem. I mean, I thought, you know, after he got knocked out by Bigfoot, I mean, I just thought, man, this guy's career is going to be over. And now he's won a few fights too. So it's kind of cool to see that, and I hope we're going to see that with Crow Cop. Of course, we already have. He's been fighting and looked pretty good. But anyway, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on this fight. I definitely will be on the edge of my seat, and I will see you guys later.